Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? Hope everything is good. Hope everything is great. Everything is actually really nice here. And this is going to be one of those episodes where I have no clue what I'm talking about because I have absolutely nothing to discuss before turning the camera on. So we'll see what happens. Today was a busy day at work because my new boss, who's technically not my boss yet, she hasn't actually started yet, was in the building. She starts next month, but she's been coming in like on Fridays to try to get ready for the takeover, and education's a weird industry. So we had a meeting with her and everything, and that kind of interrupted workflow, and there was quite a bit to get done today. So today was a really busy day, and then, I don't have Keely here tonight, so have some personal time and, friends and stuff. So it's been a kind of a strange day because it went from being very busy to being very not busy, but in a good way, like in a relaxing way. And so I haven't, I don't have a whole lot of emotion. Oh, I did tell you yesterday we were going to talk about medication because it has been, I believe, 2 months now since I stopped taking the Lexapro, and I honestly feel amazing. Like, I don't feel any different than I did when I was using the medication, and I think that's a good thing. I think that means that maybe my I don't know. Like, is there a reset button? Maybe I've hit the reset button on my brain, and my brain is now working like it's supposed to. The fear is with these medications, the Lexapro is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, and what that means is your brain produces serotonin, which is a neurotransmitter. It uses that to send signals back and forth. Well, there's serotonin goes out, and then there's serotonin gets reabsorbed, and so the inhibitor prevents the reabsorption of the serotonin. So theoretically, it increases serotonin levels in the brain. Now, does that mean that more serotonin equals happiness? No, that's not at all what it means. In fact, some people respond to serotonin reuptake enhancers. So some people respond to basically trying to reduce the brain's serotonin levels. So, that's the problem with things that happen in the head. It's very, very difficult to medically, scientifically say exactly what's happening, and this is the cause, and this is the root, and this is the fix 100% of the time for that particular scenario. And in my personal view, like, I would equate it to hyper versus hypoglycemia. I have hypoglycemia, I think. I've never been diagnosed. Basically low blood sugar. The symptoms are exactly the same as having high blood sugar, like blackouts, sweating, fever, shaking, dizzy, all that same things that happens when your blood sugar gets high happens when blood sugar gets low. So it's very possible that the same thing is happening with serotonin. If your levels are too high, you can get depressed. If your levels are too low, it could be the same thing. And that's why some people respond to one over the other or whatever, but who knows? The point is, I don't need the medication anymore. And for me personally, knowing when I started the medication, I knew that this was probably going to be a long-term decision, and I was expecting it to be possibly a lifelong decision because, take a mind-altering drug for 4 years and then see what happens. Like, does your body become so dependent on it that it can't function without the extra serotonin? I don't know, but mine seems to be doing very, very well. I've had a few bad days, nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, I had the same bad days on the medication as I've had off the medication. They feel identical. It's not one versus the other. I did have some head feelings when I was first started tapering off, and that was expected, but I don't have lasting effects of those zaps. People call them zaps. I don't have any of that. So I feel pretty normal. There are other side effects of the medication, that I was anticipating, and that didn't happen. I'll let you infer what you want from that. These types of medications can be used to treat lots of different things, and I was afraid that coming off of this medication would kind of exasperate some of those other things that we use SSRIs to treat, and I didn't. So that's been wonderful. Like, that was part of my scaredness. Like, am I going to have seizures? Am I going to have, other issues that might be compounded coming off the medication? No, everything's working great, and that's awesome. The headache thing, though, I don't think it has anything to do with the medication because it's so far removed from when I was taking the Lexapro. I do believe it's probably what the nurse suggested is some sort of cluster headache issue. It does feel like, it's a very, very localized headache, and the ginger root has really helped, and I can confidently say that. I tested days on, days off. It seemed very much to respond to whether I was taking the ginger root or not, and is it placebo? Hell, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it is scientifically proven based on my anecdote that ginger root is good for headaches or migraines or cluster headaches or whatever. What I will tell you is that my headaches responded to me taking ginger root extract in pill form as well as in tea form. I think I'm a pretty skeptical person, and so I don't feel like placebo effect is in play, but it very well could be. But at the same time, I don't care. If it works, it works. I don't give a damn why it works or how it works, as long as it works. It doesn't matter to me. And I can say that because it's just ginger. It's not like I'm taking some sort of really dangerous substance with the intention of getting a placebo effect. If it is just a placebo effect, great, because all I'm doing is eating some ginger, and that's not going to hurt me. So other than that, the only other thing I've been on for all these years is allergy meds. I take allergy. I don't remember what I take anymore. Not the Allegra or the Claritin. None of those work for me. It's I don't remember what it is. I take it every day, even during the winter. If I don't take it, I used to get really bad winter rash, and I have psoriasis on my legs and sometimes on my back. If I don't take the allergy meds during the winter, that winter itch is really bad, and the eczema becomes way bad. If I do take it, the eczema is almost non-existent even during the winter, which is awesome. So that's a side benefit of that. Or maybe that tells me that winter itch or the eczema on the sides is an allergy issue that's exasperated, and I've used that word like 4 times already, by dry, cold weather. I don't know. So I take an allergy pill. I take vitamin D. I was diagnosed years ago as vitamin D deficient. So I take about 10,000 IUs of vitamin D a day orally, and B12. And the B12 is because I have Epstein-Barr, which is the prolonged effects of mono. It comes back regularly, and so the B12 helps with that. That's all I take, and that's awesome. I don't need anything stronger, and I'm really happy for that. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't do drugs. Can't afford any of those things, so I don't do them. But yeah, it's been a really good 2 months, and I'm really happy with where I am right now mentally. I am going to start seeing a therapist soon. I found out through work that I am entitled to 3 sessions with a licensed therapist. My work is kind of, sort of, somewhat attached to West Virginia University, and through that, they have like an employment assistance program, which entitles you to 3 free counseling sessions. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I love counseling. I think everybody should go if they can afford it or find a way to afford counseling. I'm definitely going to take advantage of that very soon, and we'll see what comes out of that. And I'll probably keep you updated too. But this has been my counseling for 3 years now, and almost 3 years, and it's been amazing. So I'm going to keep doing that too. I like keeping you guys in the loop. So thank you for being here. As always, that's all I have. I hope any of this was interesting, but I appreciate you very much. And I hope you'll come back and see me next week. This weekend, I don't have Keeley tomorrow. I do on Sunday, and I'm going to get I'm going to get Bean over here, and we're going to set up a Christmas tree, I believe. A solstice tree. So that'll be fun. But thank you for being here as always. I'll see you Monday.
Hey, Doc, wait! I want to ask you something.
Today's random fact comes from ibc.co.uk. Why are the numbers on a dartboard in their specific order? It was invented by a carpenter in Bury in 1896 called Brian Gamlin. If you go around the dartboard adding up the differences between adjacent numbers, 20 and 1 for example, it would come to 198. The highest possible it could come to is 200, but it's well organized to reduce the chance of a lucky shot.